Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
All right, Alana, on this Friday, we have had a wet and an active week, but it's still not over yet.
No, not done yet. It's sunny along the Wasatch Front, but Emily, check out this video. This is happening right now in Bicknell. We've got a flash flood warning in effect for central Wayne County. Thank you to Vanessa. Shout out to Vanessa for sending this our way, but you can see the water running down the street. Look at all that mud. Very, very messy conditions, and we've got cars driving through flood waters. Do not recommend that. Dangerous conditions there with that flash flood warning holding on for the next little while. 7 p.m. is when it expires. Live view from Bryce Canyon, where the slow-moving storm has continued to drop rain, and it is causing the low-lying areas in Bryce Canyon country to flood. So we've got several warnings in effect. Satellite radar shows you how in the 4 o'clock hour we saw those storms blossom in south central Utah and over the Uintas. The rest of the state fairly quiet, but we have a lot of moisture potential, which means those storms could bubble up. Another view of that Bicknell flooding. Look at that mud in the distance with the rain coming down. Now the sun is out, but we also had a storm cloud overhead. So that'll give you an idea that these storms targeting certain areas with heavy rain, and you can tell what's going on there, which is why we have that warning issued. Flash flood warning until 7 p.m. Bicknell is just north of Torrey near Capitol Reef National Park, if you're not familiar with the area. Just one of 3 warnings in effect, another for Garfield County towards Grand Staircase and in Bryce Canyon Country, Kane County for Willis Creek and Bull Valley Gorge. So you can see isolated activity, especially in comparison to what we've seen throughout the rest of the week. Different story in the north, 92 degrees right here at the ABC4 studios, the Colonial Flag Tower camera. That's a pretty shot there, and you can see the cumulus over the mountains. Higher terrain has a better chance of seeing these storms develop, but we could see them hold together and roll into adjacent valleys, 90s and 80s along the Wasatch Front, mid-80s in the Basin, as well as in Provo and Cedar City, 95 in St. George, where Washington County getting a little bit of a break today. Drying out, you should say, as those temperatures have climbed with the lack of moisture. 80s turning to 70s by ABC4 News at 10. Partly cloudy skies. Sun officially goes down at 8:11. That slight chance exists because of our moisture potential, but as we look at the future cast, it takes us through the next several hours and gives us that forewarning as where we're going to see those storms. Now we're keeping our eye in south central Utah. By 6 p.m. we still have stronger cells out there. The model also keeps things active towards Manila and Flaming Gorge. Spotty activity, but Duchesne County is part of that as we get through the evening. By 10 p.m. quieter conditions, maybe just a stray storm in and around Loa. Don't want Bicknell to get hit again, and we see quiet conditions starting our Saturday. Now, we will have lingering moisture, and with our daytime heating over the mountains, we have a chance of seeing some isolated storms. We like that for south central Utah, so yet again, some strong storms could bubble up with the heat of the day and drop some heavy rain. But overall, the moisture is dwindling, and as we get through our Saturday along the Wasatch Front, fairly quiet, and then into Sunday, we'll keep that same trend. General thunderstorm threat out there, so that just means with our moisture potential, the ingredients exist, and you just need to be aware if you're going to be out and about to keep your eyes to the skies. Possible flash flooding, so concerns ease a little bit. Capitol Reef stays with that probable category. Not expected at Zion tomorrow for the first time in several days. Why are we going to see a change in the pattern? Well, say hello to the high. It's retrograding and moving back towards the Beehive State. It centers up south of Utah, and that cuts off our monsoon flow. As a result, we'll see warming temperatures and drier conditions. But as we head late into the week, that high starts to move yet again, and we bring back another potential monsoon surge for Thursday and into Friday. 80s and 90s for tomorrow, 95 in Moab, chance of isolated storms, especially over the mountains, 98 in St. George, with the next 7 days looking pretty quiet. It's going to be warmer and drier in Washington County. Triple digits make a comeback, so it's going to be hot. Okay, average is 99 this time of year. On Thursday and Friday, you see those scattered thunderstorms returning because of the positioning of that high pressure. Here's the Wasatch Front. Dry for the next little while. We see those upper 90s return because August is like, don't you even forget about me. And we don't. A slight chance on Friday with that monsoon push.
Wow. Okay, a little bit of up and down with these temperatures.
A little bit of up and down, a little bit of a roller coaster there.
Okay, thanks so much, Alana.